In the sport of soccer, there's one rivalry that trumps them all, and that is between FC Barcelona and Real Madrid, and what is now known as El Clasico. And we get to see this game twice a year because they play in the Spanish league together, and that's how many times they play each other regularly. However, we are often blessed enough to see the two play each other in tournaments, whether it be domestic or European. And I've been a huge fan and player, and still am, of soccer for all my life. So, and I can honestly say that I look forward to this game the most out of any game of the year. While Clasico is a display of the best and most expensive talents the world has to offer, many people do not realize how deep the rivalry actually goes, because there's huge political and cultural differences from their history that many people didn't know existed. The two teams have some of the best players in the world and possibly ever seen. And so Real Madrid is led by 31-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo, who has won Ballon d'Or 3 times. And Ballon d'Or is the award given to the best player of the year in all of soccer around the world. And he's won it 3 times. There's other huge names such as Benzema, Modric, Kroos, and other names you probably don't know that play for this team as well. And Real Madrid is also the second largest sports franchise in the world, or the second most expensive sports franchise. And they've spent £1 billion in about the last decade on just bringing new players in. Barcelona is led by 27-year-old Lionel Messi, who's won Ballon d'Or 5 times. And there's other household names on the team like Neymar, Luis Suarez, PK, and the list goes on. Barcelona is the 3rd largest, most expensive sports franchise in the world. And also, they've spent about £700 million in the last decade on just bringing new players in. Regularly, these two teams fight for the title of their league. It is rare that they are not either winning the league or runner-up. Occasionally, Atletico Madrid, another team in Madrid, will sometimes sneak in there. But for the most part, it's between them. And that puts a lot of pressure on El Clasico because you get points for wins and you get no points for a loss. So there's a lot to win or lose in these games, especially when it always comes down to them. Also, they have the best players in the world, so it's kind of like a way for them to put it all on the line and show who's the best of the best every year. The fact that these two super clubs are only 400 miles away would be enough of a reason to have a huge rivalry. But the history behind them is what really fuels the fight. It started before soccer was even introduced in the region. About 320 years ago, King Philip V took over or conquered the Catalan region, which is now the northeastern region of Spain, and made it part of Spain. And he forced their language and culture on them, and they did not like it at all, and they wanted their independence, and they still do to this day. So fast forward to 1930s, there's a Spanish Civil War, and as a result, Francisco Franco took over all of Spain. And Barcelona, being the capital of the Catalan region, wanted their independence, and they opposed his regime heavily. And as a way to combat this, he adopted the Real Madrid soccer team and supported them financially so they could become a superpower as well. And they could compete with Barcelona's, who was at the time one of the best, because they take a lot of pride in their soccer, and they always have. It's part of their culture. So this was a way for him to just show his dominance over this region that was giving him a lot of trouble. And now the game generates about 1 billion fans a year that watch the game on TV or go to the game. And for 90 minutes, the two teams put on a fight that's been 300 years in the making. It's more than just a game to them because Barcelona has a lot to prove. They want to show their independence And Real Madrid just wants to show their dominance over their political rival. The game's a true spectacle, and it's a really fun one to watch.